Welcome back to Michael's Kitchen, and this one is a follow-up video. We already have a Dominican-style Chicharron de cerdo, which is deep-fried pork belly. We'll put a video link up here for that video. And that came out killer. But for scientific purposes, well, truth be told, I went on a binge looking for pork belly, and I had so much pork belly, so I tried different recipes. So I have what is the best crispy pork belly that I've come across. Better than anything you've had out there. And super, super, super simple. I've combined a bunch of recipes, and follow along as we make this. It's nighttime right now, so we're not going to finish today, but we got to start someplace. So we're starting today. So I got myself a 2-pound pack of pork belly, which is basically uncured bacon. And then I'm going to take this pork belly and I'm going to flip it over to the skin side. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to do our best, our very best, to dry the skin. And in order to get crispy pork belly, you got to have dry skin. And then I'm going to take my sharpest knife I have and I'm going to simply score this skin, not going too deep across. Rotate and go against exactly what you just did. There's my, not sure if you can see that, my sliced, and I'll get close to the camera, my little cubes on top. And then I can take this same knife, but I happen to have a little tool which has got pierced edges on top. And then I'm going to go through this all over the skin, just piercing the skin. In order to get this the way I like it, again, I've tried many different ways. I'm going to take my knife and I'm going to go down about inch cubes or inch strips to the skin level. Can you see that? Over and do the same thing and repeat. Good? Mm-hmm. So now I'm going to grab my plate that I'm going to leave my pork belly on. I'm going to grab my salt. I'm going to flip this over. And then I'm going to take my salt and give it a heavy dose of salt. So you guys saw, I sliced it to cube it up, I pierced the skin, and I've got salt on there. The whole purpose of this is to dry the skin out as much as I can. And then I'm going to place this in the refrigerator. The best results I've had was for 48 hours. But 24 hours will work, so we'll do 24 hours and I'll go to my fridge. Come back in 24 hours and I'll show you where we're at. So I told you guys 24 to 48 hours. I'm at 47 because I'm going to start cooking at 48. The recommendation, I know I'm out of frame right now, so I'll grab my pork belly out of the refrigerator, and I told you guys 48 hours. So this is 47 hours. You can see how dry it is. So now we're ready for the next step. If there was any moisture on top, if you do 24 hours, if there was any moisture on top, go ahead and blot it dry. Again, I want this belly as dry as I can get it. Then, to get my seasonings ready, I'm going to do a tablespoon of adobo, a tablespoon of Goya total seasoning, a tablespoon of oregano, and I'll crush this before I put it in my mixture, and 1 package of the culantro achiote for coloring. Seasoning is That scientific mixer. You see that, baby? I know you're impressed by my mixing. So my seasonings are ready. I got a dry plate here. So I'm going to take the pork belly. The bottom is moist because it's been sitting in the refrigerator. And I'm going to season the bottom. I'm going to put it back on this plate. So I'm going to take my plate, take my seasoning mixture. That's all mixed up. And I'm going to go ahead and spread this on the bottom meat portion, not the skin portion, of my pork belly. And yes, it's important to get in between. It's actually my wife's favorite part. Right?
In between?
In Spanish, it's called la masita. And I always like to get the ends, being careful not to get it on the belly, the skin side. So notice how I did that end, and then I'll come in here and do this end. I'm going to do my best to wipe off all the seasoning from the skin side. And now for 1 hour, I'm going to leave this outside in room temperature, and I'm going to put some salt to draw out the last bit of moisture I can from the belly. See, I'm being generous with the salt. I'm going to brush it off afterwards, but I want to try and draw out all the moisture. Now it's waiting for another hour. All that moisture, those little bubbles, is the moisture that's coming up from the skin. So even after 48 hours in the fridge, it's still full of moisture. So that's why I did that last little salt bath. So take my paper towel, and again, do your best to get it as dry as possible. If you don't get dry, you don't get crispy skin. Or as they say, crispy pork belly. Now, my oven's been preheated to 550 degrees. I'm about to blast this for about 25 minutes. So in order to get my vessel ready, I've got my pan here. I'm going to put in just about 1/4 inch of water on the bottom. I'm going to put 3 cloves of garlic, and I've got this situated on top. The goal, my theory here, remember I've tried, maybe I didn't mention this earlier, I've tried like 5 or 6 different recipes to get this. I tried inside. This is raised, so the vapors steam up and the pork fat drips in the pan, and it just starts cooking the bottom of my belly while the top gets crispy. So now I'm going to reach for my belly. I'm going to place it right on top. And then I'm going to take some avocado oil. Yes, you can do sunflower oil. I think avocado, for me, has a high smoke point, and give that a nice little massage. I'm not going to put any more salt on here because I already salted it twice. And again, I want the flavor from the meat, not the skin. It's cooking time, so I'm going to do it 550 degrees, as high as your oven can go, for 25 minutes. And I'm just pop it open real quick before I come on this side. Open up, take your pork. And that stays in there for 25 minutes. 25 minutes, oven just rang. Now I'm going to drop the oven to 350. And I'm going to do it for 30 more minutes. Notice, Uncle Mike didn't open the oven. Just have faith. I'm showing you the right way. I'm schooling you. Come back in 30 minutes. We'll show you what's going on there. 30 minutes are up. Time to get our masterpiece out of the oven. Part of my back end. Look, look, look. People think, oh my God, you got 2 pounds of pork belly. And what do you do with all that meat? This is nothing. This is a snack. This is an appetizer. So now we let cool for a few minutes and get crunchy, and we'll carve it up. We're ready to see. I don't know if you guys can hear this. Look. Can you hear how crunchy that is?
Crunchy, crunchy. Crujiente.
Look at that. And of course, you guys see all the pork juice went down, all the juice went to the pan, our garlic rendered out, and now we're ready to slice and serve. I like to take the pieces that I sliced. Remember at the beginning of the video, I sliced them, and I just little strips.
Oh, the crunchiness.
One down. And there's our crispy pork belly. Now let's go ahead and get something to taste and see what we're working with. Not sure if you guys can see how crunchy and the color on that. Just perfection. Grab a little lemon wedge, a lime wedge. This one's been calling my name since I sliced it. A little lemon on top. If you like chicharron or crispy pork belly, this is the way to do it. If you like the video, don't forget to like the video. Comment down below if there's anything you want us to try, and subscribe for more. That said, I'm buen tiempo, and you all know I'm going back for more.